Now we have connected SP to Shield, we can look at driving objects in terms of position, rotation and scale, etc. We can also look at camera data, so we then have everything we need for immersive installations, virtual touchscreens, particle effects for floor projection, or in-camera effects for in-display setup and similar projects. To start, we need to be in SP, and we're going to add a single tracker from the tracked objects list. This can then be linked to any tracking device. Here we have the position and rotation of the tracker. Let's increase the size and change it to a cube for this example. Now if we go to the Maps tab under the Maps output, you can select the Shield map. At the moment this is set to be a tracked point, so let's leave it like this for a moment. If we go back to Unreal and look at the Live Link window, we'll see the tracker, and its role here is set to tracked point, only location values, so no rotation and no scale yet. Let's go and add a cube, which we can then drive by adding the Live Link controller to it. We set the subject representation to the tracker. Straight away we see the object jump, but we have a few error messages. This is because every object that is driven from SP needs to have the mobility setting set to movable. Now if we change the location of the object in SP, we will see it updating in Unreal as well. So we have full positional control of the object, but only position, nothing else. There are a number of communication options we can now use. If we go into the maps and change the packet type to rigid body, then we go back to the Live Link window in the Unreal Engine, we'll see a change has happened here as well. As we've changed the role on the fly, we can see an error message. To fix this, all we need to do is release the subject representation and set it again. Once this is done, we shouldn't get any more error messages. Now we can move the position and the rotation of the object from SP. Or if we change it again, this time to a movable object, we can also transform the object, meaning we now get scale options as well as position and rotation. Let's just resize the screens so you can see both running together. Now you can move the object, rotate it, and scale it. With these options, you can now add more objects and control them all from SP. We need a different connection for a camera, so let's add a camera and add the Shield 5 map as we did before. If we go back to Unreal and add a Cine Camera actor, then we can add the Live Link component controller and then choose the camera. We will then get control of it from SP. Back in SP, we can jump into the view of the camera, so we can then move the viewport around from here, which then translates to move the camera in Unreal. Of course, all the camera parameters and properties can be controlled from SP into Unreal. We can also control lighting fixtures. If we add a spotlight fixture in SP, we can then set it up with full control of beam length, size, and angle, etc. And do not forget to set up the Shield 5 map for this object before you carry on. All this information will of course be transmitted to Unreal. Again, just add the Spotlight actor, set up the LiveLink controller, select the Spotlight and make it movable, then we're ready to go. Of course we can control the light fully from SP. We can even change the colour, as you can see here, as well as all the other parameters. There's one more thing we can do with cameras, but we'll cover that in a later video. In the next video, we will look at end display setup with Shield.